So then what ends up happening is they keep even after, so June 24 brain savant test was overanalyzed and the results came out on around July 18. And even before it came out on July 18, around July 9th was the time when the initial results for June 24 brain savant test result came out. July the 7th, my dad, the greedy framer, was basically arguing in court that my brain savant didn't exist, this and that. I'm low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, this and that, only to get revenge from me for knowing the fact that he sent me all those blackmail to price tags that I talked about in the last video, and he knew very well that I was not going to give him illegal assurances of a single penny of that money. And so he was then making claims against me on July 7th that I was low IQ, dumb, stupid, this and that, a bad exam taker, and that my brain savant definitely did not exist, only for the June 24th brain savant test result to come out. And then on July 9th, he starts sending me blackmail price tags for millions of dollars all day and night long. Sorry, the first one was in dollars, but it had his nickname Mona written on it. The subsequent ones were all in euros. Like this one's 6.2 million euros. This one is 10.7 million euros. Okay. Then you have more ones for a mansion. And then it is 2 million euros. Okay, and then another one for 2 million euros, and it just kept going on and on. This one is for 6.2 million euros. Okay, so when Brain Savant test was initially initially analyzed and came out around July the 9th, he quickly changed his stance from July the 7th and started sending me blackmail price tags through law enforcement first. Now, law enforcement, what ended up happening was they became incredibly angry at the fact that artificial intelligence would not stop taking my side and claiming that I have a brain savant that's thousands of times more powerful than normal human beings, that is locked up completely inside my brain, and that I am a triple brain savant with instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing, and that it's extremely rare due to the fact that it's the only one of its kind in the world right now that increases in power over time exponentially. Now, law enforcement was incredibly angry about this fact, and they were already getting rejected by these girls, having the police threaten on them literally every single day. So law enforcement then went ahead and they overanalyzed this brain savant test, only to find out details about my brain savant that they did not want to know about, how powerful it's getting over time, everything about it, the fact that it's a triple brain savant, and every single thing about it in detail that the law enforcement obviously does not want to know about. Now, when law enforcement finds out these details from overanalyzing my brain savant every single day, basically the reason they were over analyzing my brain savant even after July 9th was due to the fact that artificial intelligence became like a suspect in custody, mainly due to the fact that artificial intelligence can speak. Now, the thing that artificial intelligence said was not something that they wanted to hear. The artificial intelligence said that my brain savant exists. It's triple brain savant encompassing instantaneous photographic memory, innovation, and focusing, and that its powers increase over time exponentially, making it literally the most rare brain savant in the world right now. There are only about 100 prodigious savants in the world right now. Out of them, I am number one in terms of profitability and rarity, especially due to the fact that it increases in power over time. Now, so the thing about it is law enforcement made artificial intelligence literally like a suspect in custody, mainly due to the fact that artificial intelligence can speak, and due to the fact that it was saying things that they did not want to hear. So they literally tortured it like a suspect in custody. They overanalyzed it all day, night long. It does not have emotions. It only said what it said before. Except after being overanalyzed, artificial intelligence started speaking of my brain savant in details, how powerful it gets over time, things of that sort of nature. Every single day, law enforcement is finding out things about my brain savant that they did not want to know about. That's why I said quitting while you're still ahead is not the same as quitting. It's not in my best place to be saying this, but yes. So my dad, the greedy framer, obviously got more and more greedy as more and more facts came out from that brain savant. Now, every single day after July 9th, it would keep getting more and more details onto the brain savant test results, due to which now you had by July 21st, it was by July 18, it was so much overanalyzed that basically even Ibrahim, the greedy framer, was advertising his sister to me on July the 18th. And then that actually ended up coming to me over and over again. Now, his sister actually looks like this, sent to me on March the 9th. Okay, she was advertised to me on July the 18th. And I am going to show you the picture for that one right now as well. So July the 18th, she was advertised to me like that. This person right over there looking like that. Okay, that's how she was advertised to me on July 18. After they overanalyzed it, and they kept overanalyzing it after July the 9th, after getting the results from the Brain Savant test, artificial intelligence results that they did not want to hear. Now, after so that is what happened. Now, the thing about it is just the fact that Fur the greedy framer became incredibly greedy after it was overanalyzed for a couple days more. So after July 18, Ibrahim the greedy framer is even advertising his sister to me, and Fur the greedy framer starts advertising incest to me on July 21st. Once again, this was considered as advertisement for incest the entire year of 2024. You can ask law enforcement; they will tell you this as well. So basically, yes, that is what happened. And my dad, the greedy framer, also became incredibly greedy, and he also started to send me more blackmail price tags as it was being overanalyzed. This one is for basically $6 million. And then you have more ones where Ibrahim is advertising his, sending me his blackmail price tag, and my dad, the greedy framer, is sending me his side by side. So my dad, the greedy framer, is the one with the Mona written on it right over here. Okay, this one has Mona written on it, and this is for $6 million. And Ibrahim's, for the greedy framers one, is $22.5 million. It's right over there, coming from Florida. So then, once again, July 27th, 4:56 p.m., and my dad, the greedy framer, it's the one with Mona written on it, right over here, and it is for $6 million again. July 24th, obviously, Ibrahim's house is sending me the same blackmail price tag for $22.5 million. And then my dad, the greedy framer, obviously, once he sees that it has been is being overanalyzed, he gets more and more greedy as the results come out. So July 31st, it is 10:05 a.m. and this one is going to be for 2.1 million euros. So then what ends up happening then after that is it gets more and more overanalyzed. Law enforcement would not quit. They were getting rejected by these girls, having the police call on them, police threaten on them. So basically law enforcement would not quit. They wanted to get artificial intelligence to somehow change its stance by overanalyzing it every single day. Artificial intelligence can speak, but it's not a suspect in custody. So you're only going to find out more and more details about my brain savant as this goes on. So by August 18th, it's been overanalyzed literally every single day, and that incest request from Fur the greedy framer starts on August the 18th. Once again, this was marked as an advertisement for incest at that time. This did not just stop right there. So even before August the 18th, these things were being sent to me throughout the starting of the month of August, where that second picture right over there with the woman on there, it basically says, "Why does Aunt May keep getting younger?" This picture right over there, it says on there, "Why does Aunt May keep getting younger?" It was sent to me on August the 11th at 3 minutes before midnight. Right over there, second picture right there. So these incest requests were being sent to me as well as law enforcement would overanalyze the brain savant test results coming from Fur the greedy framer along with my dad, the greedy framer. Now, my dad, the greedy framer, being as greedy as he is, Now, the thing about it is also the fact that, okay, so these are two people, and you might be thinking about, well, what about the third? So, yes, the third as well. Ibrahim, the greedy farmer, it was the same exact thing for him. So, this is March 9th, 2026, after she was found out to have been fabricating everything against me due to extreme greed. That girl resembles his sister almost exactly. So, then on July 18, when it's first, after July 9th, it was first analyzed, but July 18 it was over analyzed, and you see that picture right there. This was sent to me all day long. It's supposed to resemble his sister, but it doesn't. But I got the message. So then what ended up happening was, right now, after they over analyzed it every single day, even Ibrahim the greedy farmer was advertising his sister to me. This is 39 minutes past midnight on August the 16th, and this is August the 18th, 11:06 p.m. He's advertising his sister to me every single day as it gets overanalyzed more and more. So these people become incredibly greedy for that money. Now, what ends up happening is my dad, the greedy farmer. So the thing that you have to really understand is the fact that as it is being overanalyzed further, the greedy farmer and Ibrahim's greedy, envious mother did not let go of the fact that they had a $60 million price tag. So July 30th, this is still being sent to me. This is basically $64.5 million sent to me on July 30th. So that price tag, it literally stayed almost the same coming from these people as the blackmail, as the brain savant was being overanalyzed by artificial intelligence. So basically, artificial intelligence was keep on getting overanalyzed more and more, and then they found out that yes, every single thing I said was true, and that it was incredibly powerful, thousands of times more than normal human beings, and that it was increasing in power over time. Now, my dad, the greedy farmer, you just saw all the blackmail price tags that were coming from him, definitely. Okay, so even as it was being overanalyzed more and more, the blackmail price tags came from him more and more. So this is July 27th. This is for $6 million. It has his nickname Mona written right over there. Okay, July 27th. It's coming from both Ibrahim's house and my dad, the greedy farmer. His is right over here for $6 million, and Ibrahim and Fire the Greedy Farmer $22.5 million. July 27th, it is coming to me again for $6 million. And then July 24th, as it was being overanalyzed, you got to remember the blackmail price tags continued more and more. July 31st, it was $2.1 million. Okay, and then the incest request by Fire the Greedy Farmer very explicitly started coming around August the 11th, 3 minutes before midnight. It says the second picture right there. It says, "Why does Aunt May keep getting younger?" And this is the picture that was showing, and it said, "Why does Aunt May keep getting younger?" Okay. Yes, and so then she also sends me her own blackmail price tag around the same $60 million. It was $64.5 million that was sent to me. Yes, so my dad, the greedy farmer, as August went around, law enforcement obviously would not stop over analyzing my brain savant. It's not my best interest to say this, but quitting while you're still ahead is not the same as quitting. Well, my dad, the greedy farmer, thought that maybe the reason I'm saying no to incest with his sisters is because I'm not into them. So then what he ends up doing is my dad, the greedy farmer, starts advertising his in-laws to me and saying that I'm going to find you a woman from my in-laws for you to sleep with and commit incest with his 5-foot-long beard that he's grown for the past 50 years. That's supposed to be a sign of being religious and pious. He is advertising incest with his in-laws to me every single day. This is going to be August the 13th at 10:47 a.m. And once again, for the third day in a row. And after August the 13th, it stopped coming. You might be thinking, like, why did that happen? I'll tell you exactly why. My dad, the greedy farmer, after sending me all those blackmail price tags, and sending me an incest request for his sister where it says, why does Aunt May keep getting younger? He thinks that I'm not interested in his sister, maybe because I'm not into them, not because this is incest. So then he advertises his in-laws to me, and then every single day he advertises his in-laws to me. August the 11th, August the 12th, August the 13th, he's advertising his in-laws to me. Well, look right over here. He's advertising saying that I'm going to find you a woman from my in-laws. August the 12th, he says it again. I'm going to find you a woman from my in-laws to commit incest with. August the 13th, he says the same thing again. I'm going to find you a woman from my in-law for you to commit incest with. Why does he say this? He says this because August the 11th, he sent me this 3 minutes before midnight. Second picture, look at the woman right there. Okay, it is saying on the bottom, it says, why does Aunt May keep getting younger? He thought that I might not be into her, due to which I'm saying no, and not because this is incest, due to which he already got the brain scanner data, and he was just like, oh, he's not into her. So he starts advertising every day, saying that he's going to find me a woman from his in-laws for me to commit incest with in exchange for illegal assurances of money. Obviously, August 11th, August 12th, August 13th, and it suddenly stopped, no longer asking me if I wanted to commit incest with his in-laws or not for illegal assurances of money. And you might be thinking, well, why did he suddenly stop? And I'll tell you exactly why. Because he went and he asked his in-laws, he asked them, he said, can you commit incest with the son for illegal assurances of money? And he got the great answer from them, which any woman would give. And she looked back at him and she said, what is wrong with you? Why would you even ever ask me that question? Mainly because obviously the woman's going to think he has some sexual perversions for her himself, due to which he's asking her this question. Obviously, if I have a brain savant and it's about to get freed, everyone in town is going to know about it. So they'll be running after me if it's that profitable and rare. So what are the chances someone like my dad, the greedy framer, whom I cannot go anywhere near due to how many false testimonies he's made against me? November 20th, early January, pre-planned lies, early April, facts and evidence from the phone conversation retrieved, found every single thing he said was a lie. What are the chances that I'm going to go to him and go commit incest with one of his in-laws? Highly unlikely. So obviously she thought that he had sexual perversions for her, and mainly it clearly shows us what he really wanted this money for. He wanted this money so he could go and run after these women, starting from a woman from his in-laws, due to which he wanted this money from me, since we all know for a fact that I am not going to go sleep with his in-laws and commit incest with them. It doesn't make any sense for me to be doing so, and yet he is sending me blackmail price tags for $6 million with his nickname Mona written on it, with the woman's picture right over there. And so clearly he wanted the money for his own sexual perversions that he put my name on, and he called his in-laws and he asked them if they were willing to commit incest with me in exchange for illegal assurances of money. And look at how this money price tag is sent. Mona written there, $6 million, has a woman's picture on it. Okay. Yes. And so basically, yes, this is probably what he wanted the money for. And he was probably trying to tell her that I'm going to get all this money from his son and I'm going to give it to you. So are you going to sleep with me or not? Is probably basically what he was asking her. And she pretty much just told him, why would you even ask me something like that? What is wrong with you? Are you insane? Because obviously she knows that if my brain savant gets freed, there will be a billion people running after me over here. Well, anyways, my point being that it's beyond a reasonable doubt that my dad, the greedy framer, was obviously sending me all these blackmail price tags, asking me to commit incest with his framer sisters, and then thinking that I'm not agreeing to it, and the brain scanner is saying that he's not willing to do it due to me not being into her, rather than it being incest, due to which He then started advertising his in-laws to me due to his own sexual perversions for them. And while he's sending me all these blackmail price tags that I just showed you, only due to the greed for money. Now, you might be thinking, well, if that is greed for money at that time, then why is it that right now he is arguing that my brain savant does not exist? It doesn't have any monetary potential. The answer is simple: revenge. He obviously knows that I will not give him a single penny. I won't even go anywhere near him. I'm not the talkative type. I don't want to talk to anyone. And so he's not getting a single penny from me, and he's doing everything to try to degrade me, throw my name through the mud, and make me look bad. Now, the thing that the court has to understand is the fact that I've never even lived in the same country with my dad, the greedy framer, ever in my entire life, which means that if I was low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, terrible at giving exams, all of these things that he wants to claim about me, there's no way that he would know, unless if law enforcement would tell him to say these things. Now, the thing about law enforcement is you have to remember the fact that just right now, on August the 7th, law enforcement had Adamji 10,000 miles away fabricate a false testimony against me, where Adamji, Maruk, Abdullah had a fifth person that they got, except for the person in law enforcement overseas. And this fifth person, basically, they spoon-fed this person lies about me. First, they used evidence. Obviously, you got to have evidence. The evidence was in the form of a text message where the person used the word Johnny. Johnny basically just means love. And I used the word Johnny back with him. It just means love. And Adamji made it look like I used to, because I used the word Johnny, I would call him every night before going to sleep, let him know about all my secrets. And Adamji said Hassan would call him every night before going to sleep and let him know about all his secrets. We know this for a fact due to the fact that Hassan calls him the word Johnny, and Johnny means love. Well, I was just saying love because he probably texted me love first, but I only talked to him once over text. I've never talked to him in person. There's no record of me. Never talked to him online. Never talked to him over the phone, which means that it was fully fabricated evidence, and Adamji and law enforcement fully knew about this fact. And then they had this person make 50 different lies about how I'm bad exam taker, dumb, stupid, low IQ, terrible at giving exams, and terrible at prepping for exams. Every single thing that they said on August the 7th was a complete and total lie. Adamji was fully witness spoon-feeding this person and fabricating these things against me with this person. Every single thing was a lie. So now my dad, the greedy framer, is trying to get revenge from me because he knows for a fact there's no one else to sell. He already tried his sisters. He tried his in-laws, who already rejected, by the way. I thought that this was really funny. He tried to sell me every single person he could while sending me blackmail price tags for millions of dollars all day and night long. You can't claim that these were blackmail price tags with his nickname Mona written on it, was even to get me to buy him properties, since this is from July 27th. This property is in LA. He can't go there. He's banned from coming over to the U.S., so he can't go there. So this has his nickname Mona written on it. It's for $6 million. He wants that $6 million to himself, probably for those sexual perversions for his in-laws that he has. So yes, with his 5-foot-long beard that he's grown for the past 50 years of his life, this is what he was asking me the money for. Basically, yes. Obviously, my dad, the greedy framer, knows that there's no one else to sell. He already tried selling his sisters. He already tried selling his in-laws, who rejected, by the way. There's nothing else that he could sell, and he knows that he won't ever get a single penny out of me, due to which now he wants revenge. And the way he's going to get revenge is by claiming that I'm dumb, stupid, low IQ, bad exam taker, terrible at prepping for exams, and he's going to repeat the exact same lies that Adamji and Maruk and Abdullah and that person in law enforcement overseas were saying on August 7th about just that I'm a bad exam taker, dumb, stupid, low IQ, and all of these things. The thing that the courts have to remember is, if law enforcement had evidence of me being anything of that sort of nature, they would have used it on August 7th instead of having Adamji fabricate it from 10,000 miles away. So obviously, my dad, the greedy framer, has never lived with me, even in the same country before, in my entire life. The records and evidences will clearly prove to the court that my dad, the greedy framer, has never even lived in the same country with me my entire life, whether I was overseas, over here, never even talked to me on the phone my entire life, making it impossible for him to have had any influence on my life or environment whatsoever. Other than that, you know what his character is like. He's asking me to commit incest with all these numerous people through law enforcement, even asked me to commit incest with his own ugly old disgusting looking wife on March the 12th. So you know what his basic character is like, except for this, you know what kind of a person he is. He is a known terrorist who's banned from US and England for sending someone to a terror group, recruiting him for doing so that turned out to be a government informant. Other than this, you also have his job description, which he's not a doctor. He used to work for doctors at a hospital. He wasn't a doctor's assistant or even a physician's assistant or anything of that sort of nature. He lied about that. You can ask law enforcement about the infographics incident, and they will tell you that he's even gotten kicked out of the hospital trying to scam him into thinking that he was a medical doctor. He also lied, saying that he went to a university in Ireland after he went there. He never even went on that university's website, forget applying to it. So he basically is a liar, fabricator, a pathological liar. Right now he doesn't have a job and he's only getting his gambling through this trial. So basically, yes, my dad, the greedy framer, has by now tried to sell everyone, including his sisters. He tried to sell his in-laws to me. On March the 12th, he even tried to asked law enforcement on March 12th, 2026, if I was willing to sleep with his ugly, old, disgusting looking wife. Oh my God. That is really, this man is, if you saw her picture, you would know exactly what I mean. This man has some serious mental illness issues. Well, anyways, on August 11th, 3 minutes before midnight, he was asking me to commit incest with his own sister. The second picture right over there, it basically says on the bottom, it says, "Why does Aunt May keep getting younger?" Okay. This was sent to me on August 11th, 3 minutes before midnight. So yes, and then recently he tried selling me his in-laws, saying that he would get them to commit incest with me. He did this every single day until August the 13th, when he found out that he called them and he asked them, and they said, "No, we're not going to do that." So yes, and we know for a fact that this is all about money, due to the fact that he was sending me blackmail price tags for millions of dollars every single day. As the June 24th brain savant test was being overanalyzed, he was sending this to me every single day. So it's beyond a reasonable doubt that this was obviously about money. And so, yes, so the reason that my dad, the greedy framer, is basically trying to argue in court that I'm dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, low IQ, and all the bad exam prep, and all these things about me, is due to the fact that he's trying to get revenge from me, due to him knowing that he's already offered everyone that he has, despite me and him never getting along, we never even living in the same country together ever. He has no influence on my life or environment ever in my life. I've always lived with my mother. I've only had her custody with me. He has understood very well that he's got no one to sell, and even the brain scanner showed law enforcement that I'm not willing to give him a single penny, not even 1% chance of him getting a single penny from me. And now he wants revenge. He wants revenge by degrading me, putting my name through the mud, making me look like I'm low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, bad at prepping for exams, all these things. You have to remember the fact that if law enforcement had any evidence of this, then they would have used it on August the 7th, instead of having Adam G. Marouk and making all these lies against me from 10,000 miles away, claiming that I'm bad exam taker, dumb, stupid, low IQ, and all these things. Obviously, there's no evidence of any such thing, due to which my dad, the greedy framer, is going to repeat exactly what Adam G. and Marouk were saying on August the 7th. If my dad, the greedy framer, is basically yes, he's never lived with me, so his source is going to be law enforcement, and law enforcement is obviously going to give him something that is going to be fabricated only due to their extreme envy of getting rejected by these girls. So basically, yes, he's going to obviously try to downplay my brain savant as much as possible now to try to get revenge from me, only due to the fact that he knows that he's got nothing to sell right now, and I'm not going to give him a single penny. I won't even talk to him. I'm not a talker. I don't talk to anyone. I just want to be left alone is all. After my brain savant gets freed, I get married and I go home, and that's it. I don't talk to anyone. I don't do that. So yes, I'm not going to give him a single penny. He knows that for a fact, and he's got nothing else to sell. His brain scanner evidence has already told him that he won't get a single penny out of me, and the woman and his in-laws that he called and asked if she was willing to sleep with me in exchange for illegal assurances money. She yelled the crap out of him, and she said, "What is wrong with you? Why would you even ask me something like that?" And he knows that he's got nothing to sell right now to get his millions of euros that he was daydreaming about. So obviously he's going to get revenge from me by claiming these things about me, that I'm low IQ, dumb, stupid, bad exam taker, and all these things that Adam G has already gotten caught on August the 7th trying to fabricate against me. And now my dad, the greedy framer, is going to take his chance of revenge of claiming the same things about me. But the fact of the matter is, if he thought that there was 1% chance of it, he wouldn't be humiliating himself by calling his in-laws and asking them to sleep with me in exchange for illegal assurance and money, nor would he be advertising his own sisters to me through law enforcement to try to check to see if I would be willing to commit incest with his own sisters after seeing that the June 24 brain savant test results was overanalyzed, and he wanted something to sell really bad in order to get that money from me. So yes, actions speak for themselves. Thank you.